All right, if you own any wooden structures, especially like my old wooden workshop here in Maine, then you've probably seen this or this. Carpenter bees, and they are having a field day on this workshop. And quite frankly, I've had enough. I've tried sprays, I've tried dustings, and nothing works long term. And so I need to understand my enemy so that I can fight back with strategy. Welcome back to the channel. I'm John Decker, and if you're dealing with these buzzy chompers this year, you're in the right place. Today, we're gonna learn about the enemy. We're gonna learn how to strategize, and we're gonna learn how to defeat it. We're talking about carpenter bees. More specifically, we're talking about Xylocopa virginica. That's the native bee for here in Maine, and the damages they do to buildings like this old workshop. Then we're going to go through why they do it. I'm going to talk a little bit about why I'm not using insecticides, and then we're going to skip right to the main event, and that is that trap that we've all seen. This is the easy trap. Make it with a wood block, some jars, and I'm going to show you proof that it actually works, and it works super effectively. So let's get to it. Quick word of warning, there are bees in this video, as you probably have guessed. If you are afraid of bees, or you find the thought of dying or dead bees offensive, it might be a good time to check out one of my other videos. So, who are these invaders? They're eastern carpenter bees. The males, the ones with a little white spot on their face, are territorial. They'll buzz right up to you, they're super intimidating, they fly around on the outside of the barn. Here's a couple videos about that, but they can't sting. The females, all black faces, can sting, but usually only will if you provoke them, and they're the ones doing the chomping on the building. So why are they drilling into my workshop? They're not eating the wood, they're just excavating tunnels to lay their eggs. They prefer unpainted weathered wood, which this old workshop has plenty of, though I will say they drilled right through the paint from last year as though it wasn't even there. And yes, while they are technically pollinators, Xylocopa virginica is also known as a nectar robber. They'll sometimes chew into the side of flowers to get nectar without actually pollinating the flower. So while I respect their role in the food chain, their impact on my structure is my main concern right now. And the damage can be more than just cosmetic. Over time, these tunnels can weaken the wood. They can also attract woodpeckers, which want to eat the larvae, causing even more damage. My goal here this year is to be insecticide free. I've got a garden, beneficial insects I want to protect, and frankly, I prefer a much more targeted approach to these specific pests. Okay, let's build these traps. Now they're based on a very common design, so I'm going to walk through the process. It's super easy to follow, and it works great. First, your wood block. I'm using some scrap white pine 2x4 about 4 inches long. You'll want a hole drilled upwards at an angle about 45 degrees on an outward facing side. I chose to do it on the long edge. These mimic the entrance holes the carpenter bees like. Use a 1/2 inch drill bit that's about the size of their natural holes. Now, from the bottom of the block with the grain, you're going to drill a straight hole down that intersects with the angled entrance hole you drilled earlier. This is where the jar will attach and the bees will fall into it. Next, we need to attach the jar. The idea here is that bees fly into the angled holes, see a light from the larger central hole, thinking it's an escape or a deeper part of the nest. They fly towards it and fall into the jar. You can screw the jar lid to the bottom of the wood block, then screw the jar into the lid for easy repair or replacement, especially if you need to empty it up. Add a way to hang it. I chose 2 screws and some baling wire, but you could put an eye screw here on the top with some wires. String also works great. Placement is key. Hang these traps near existing bee activity, under eaves, on porch railings, or on the sunny side of your workshop where they're active. Have you tried making carpenter bee traps before? If so, let me know in the comments and tell me how they work. So what happens now? Hopefully you'll start seeing bees in your jars. You'll want to empty them periodically. Some people add a little bit of bait, like a tiny bit of sugar water, but it's not needed. The hole itself is the attractant. All right, so remember, prevention is also key. So carpenter bees prefer unpainted wood. The best course of action is to keep your wood painted or varnished, and that should keep them from being attracted to it. So there you have it, a straightforward DIY way to win this war, take back your space, protect your structures, and not use insecticides on the environment. Well, I hope this was helpful. If you found value in this video, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps the channel grow. If you want to see more weekend projects, workshop projects, or things about the garden, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out. Let me know in the comments if you're going to try building one of these traps, or if you have some other Carpenter Bee horror stories or solutions. Now before we go, I've got something for you to ponder. If there's a bee in my hand, what's in my eye? All right, I'll be here. My name is John Decker, and I'll see you on the next one. That is the dumbest idea. I love it. All right, I'm gonna do an opener like that. It's so dumb. I love it. Oh, here we go.